Hi there, my name's Matthew, and this is the first of many videos, hopefully, where I talk about cigars. And I'm really excited to start this channel off. I've got a really great website coming along, and I've sent some messages over to Victory Cigars to ask them about which cigars I should get into and which they recommend. So that's great. And then, apart from that, I've got some cigars of my own here that I'd love to review, just a couple before I order some more. A bit about me: I started cigars about 2023, so it's been a little while, and I really like them. I've liked them for a long time, but I only started smoking them in 2023, and so this is the hopefully first of many times that I'll be talking about it with you. So I figured that for today's episode, I would talk about this cigar here. It's called a Kentucky Fire Cured by Drew Estate. It's really nice. It's a beautiful cigar. I ordered these a few years ago, and it was about $200 Canadian, and it took about, I'd say, a month to arrive, but boy, were they a treat when they did. The only downside is now, because I'm in Canada, these are really hard to come by. With the tariffs and things coming, it's possible that I won't be able to afford these anymore. And that's a shame, because it's a really nice cigar. Can't recommend it enough. I love it. So I'm going to be happy to review it. But I thought first I'd bring some notes with me about the cigar itself. So this is a Drew Estate Kentucky Fire Cured Chunky. They call it a chunky because it's 4 by 46, so I guess 4 inches by 46 centimeters around, or whatever they do. I'm not quite good at measurements, but it's a lot smaller than I expected. I thought maybe it would be the size of a Robusto or a Toro, being called chunky, but I guess in this case it's just a little chunky. It's a mini chunky, a mini chunk. So this is from a webpage called Cigars International, and it says that American fire-cured tobacco leaves from Kentucky and Virginia. While normally tobacco is air-cured, these special leaves are left to hang in specially constructed curing barns, a process that dates back more than 200 years, and that imbues each leaf with a rich, smoky, slightly sweet flavor that boasts exceptional balance and uniqueness. Notes of oak, hickory, and maple-laced sweetness explode on the palate. These leaves are joined by Nicaraguan and Brazilian Matafina long fillers, along with an oily San Andreas Maduro wrapper. The wrapper is the outside of the cigar that they wrap the tobacco in, so that's really cool. And then from the webpage itself, from Drew Estate, it says that it's Southern hospitality, backyard barbecues, and the more than 200-year-old Kentucky backwoods tradition of fire-curing tobacco inspire the smoky goodness of Drew Estate's Kentucky fire-cured cigars, which pay homage to the old masters of the fire-curing tradition that imparted a smoky essence to the leaves. After sending this legendary American tobacco from deep in the Kentucky countryside to La Gran Fabrica Drew Estate in Esteli, Nicaragua, the company's expert cigar makers paired it with rich Nicaraguan dark, air-cured filler tobaccos, and the savory legend of the Kentucky fire-cured brand was born. And then it goes on to say, a smoky and delicious taste is balanced between the Kentucky seed fire-cured wrapper and the filler blend that's loaded with rich Nicaraguan dark, air-cured tobacco, creating the savory smoking experience for which Kentucky fire-cured cigars have become known. The original Kentucky fire-cured cigar features a double wrapper of a fire-cured Tapa Negra leaf at the head and a Mexican San Andreas Maduro leaf at the foot. And if you're looking at this on YouTube and you see the thumbnail, the picture is from Claro Cigars. So there you have it. Now I'm just going to take a quick look that my microphone's still on. green light means good. I'll put that down there, and now I'll unwrap it for you. Put that up there. Hopefully it won't blow away. And so here it is. Genuine Kentucky fire cured from Drew Estate. First impression. Oh, it smells so good. It's like a campfire. The wrapper is a little oily, just like they say. The foot smells great. And there's a little cap on top there. It's beautiful. So, I've got my ashtray here. And I just watched a video where they talk about how to cut this thing. And they say you want to cut it 1/4 inch from the top, from the bottom here. So I'm just going to cut off in one motion the bottom there, the cap as they call it. I'm going to do a cold draw. That's where you breathe in through it, just to see how the draw is. If it's really hard to pull in air, you might want to cut a little bit more off. If it's just right, then I did it right, and that's what's wonderful about it. So I've got 2 lighters with me. It's a little windy out here, so I don't know if it's going to work, but I've got my Zippo lighter. I'm going to try lighting it first with this, and if it doesn't work, I've got a butane torch lighter too. So first things first, I'm going to try and toast it. And that's where you just put it just above the flame and let it gently burn the cigar. Try not to get the flame directly on it. And then you want to look at it, blow on it, make sure that it's definitely doing its thing. Now the downside is the wind is blowing this into my thumb. So I think the best option is the good old-fashioned butane torch. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a bit more potent. Yeah, there we go. Windproof, which is wonderful. And you can actually see it's starting to smoke. Don't know if you can see that, but looks great, smoking on its own. Now we're going to do the first puff. That's really nice. It's mild. It's like a hint of fire. It's so rich. It's hard to say. I was thinking last night about tasting notes and different things that I could say, but I'm not very experienced, so I'll have to give you the layman's terms version. But you can taste on the tip of your tongue and on your lips this sort of, it's almost like bacon. It gives you this sort of light, greasy, cooked up meat flavor. And that's why I think people say it's a really good cigar to have for a barbecue. So that's really impressive, the barbecue cigar. with this cold air. It's the middle of winter, it's the end of February. I've got something nice and warm in my hand here to keep me from freezing to death. There's no wind, a couple of squirrels out here, and a nice cigar, and I think that's what it's all about. So I am getting a little bit of spice now, a little bit of a flavor of maybe smoky paprika. Oh yeah, there's the spice. I can imagine sitting down to a barbecue and having something really nice on the grill, just loaded with Montreal steak spice. I think that's what this reminds me of. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this cigar. And I think if I have anything interesting to say, I'll keep it in the video. Otherwise, I'll cut it out. And we'll go from there. Thanks so much for watching.